thepascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? Once again, we are back at another conversation about Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. And let me tell you something, guys. We've already talked about judges getting doxxed, families getting doxxed, swatted, harassed, people moving from other homes and all that just so they can get away from the craziness and all that. It has been absolutely nuts. But we've also seen a fair share of straight up lying, guys. This is not a joke. Straight up lying. There has been nothing but lies that have been coming out, being spread, rumors, etc., being spread out about anything and everything revolving around Karmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf, the families, the judge, and then some. And let me just say this really quick. Why are we spending so much time and effort to put out fake information, to put out lies, to use AI video out here? Real talk, there is AI video being used all over the place revolving around this. In fact, like I said to you guys before, the judge, were lies being put out here, old videos being used to make it seem like people are actually attacking this judge that made the decision to drop Karmelo Anthony's bond from $1 million down to $250,000. I'm telling you guys, it's absolutely crazy. And I'm telling you, come on, guys, don't we have other things to do? Don't we have other things to do, like live our lives and find out, things, spend time with our children or something? Because clearly there's been a lot of fake news. The only reason why I'm saying this and calling it fake news is because it is all fabricated fake news. There are so many hoaxes that are being put out here that it's mind-boggling, guys. But there is something that is real. Austin Metcalf did lose his life. Karmelo Anthony is looking at some serious time behind bars if he's found guilty of first-degree M. He is fighting to say, hey, this was self-defense, and I don't have the answer for that, and neither do any of us. We weren't there. We don't know what happened. So I keep saying, I know I keep sounding like a broken record. I know some of y'all are like, I'm so tired of hearing him say this over and over again, but it's the truth, y'all. Why not we get the actual evidence? Why not we get the actual proof before we go all the way ham on either side of the fence? We don't know everything. And I know this has split the room. This has become extremely politically or racially charged or both at the same damn time for y'all. And it's been absolutely crazy. But like I said, people are trying to muddy up the water in the internet streets, okay? In the group chat, okay? The ultimate group chat, which is basically the internet streets, by putting out fake information, TikTok videos, and all that, just to make it seem like these people are that Karmelo Anthony or Austin Metcalf are monsters. It's been absolutely crazy. And this one in particular is about Karmelo Anthony. Don't worry, I may be giving you guys a video a little bit later on today or a little bit later on tonight revolving around Austin Metcalf. Metcalf, his family, okay? Rumors that are being spread around Austin Metcalf's family, okay? I may be talking about that a little bit later on tonight or may hold that for tomorrow morning. But nonetheless, this is absolutely crazy. And again, guys, we need to find better things to do with ourselves, okay? Learn how to knit. It's not very easy, but apparently I hear it's not very easy, but once you get into the swing of things, man, you could be the master. You could be making little bonnets and socks in no time. People need to find some other things to do than to fake information out here just so that either they have content to use or to talk about on their TikToks and God knows what, or they're just trying to move the goalpost just to appease a group of people that are completely in the dark as much as you and I. We still don't know everything, guys. The evidence has not been put out here, and I hope it gets out here soon so it can squash some of the BS that's out here. Let me explain what I'm talking about. In fact, I can't even show you this full video, all right? But there is a video now that's being shared all over. This has been viewed a couple thousand times. Over 432,000 views on this video alone, where they're basically saying that Karmelo Anthony is caught on video stomping on some other kid's head at a basketball game. Now, I can't show you the video because it's graphic, but this is a video that's being shared out here. And of course, they're coming out with all kinds of stuff, all kinds of information that has nothing to do with Karmelo Anthony. But then we're seeing videos like this right afterwards. And this, like I said, is being shared like crazy on X. And I'm like, y'all, this is not true. And I'm going to show you what I mean by this is not true. But take a look, just take a quick listen to this crap. Okay. Now, of course, obviously, this has been very, very racially charged. A lot of people have been feeling some type of way about it. So, of course, there are going to be people on either side saying all kinds of stuff. And we already know that there's a bunch of people that are just straight lying. A lot of people out here just straight lying, guys, for the sake of whatever for whatever reason, for what their political or racial bias, whatever it may be. It's been absolutely insane. I know I keep repeating myself, but I'm going to say it again. Let's wait for the info. Let's wait for the car fox, okay? Let's get the facts, the evidence before we start going crazy. Again, stop trying to go to people's homes. Stop trying to terrorize these people, these families. Stop putting out information that's not true. You know when it's so fake, when you got AI coming out and saying, yeah, this happens to be fake news. Look at this. It says this incident is one that occurred in the Bay Area. So nowhere near Texas in the first place. So you just got a skinny black kid where you don't even see the kid's face, all right, doing something so deplorable. You should not be putting your feet on people's heads, period, point blank. I think we've all learned that at some point in our lives. That's bad. Don't do it, all right? Bad, bad, bad. But this ain't even Karmelo Anthony. And this is stuff that's being shared out here. I'm telling you right now, there's other stuff out here. Other AI-generated crap I've seen, making it seem like the charges are going to be dropped and all this other crap. I mean, it's insane, y'all. All right? It says, then continuing on, it says, it is not Karmelo Anthony as he is a Texas teen. Yes, Bay Area, all the way out in the left coast, the West Coast, y'all. So what is this? Where is this coming from? I mean, that's instantly where I'm like, why someone had to go out of their mother-loving way, real talk, go out of their mother-loving way to scour the earth, scour the internet, which is vast and infinite, to try to find anything that depicts a black kid doing something to a white kid in a sporting event. Now, we already know what happened with Karmelo Anthony or what the end result of what happened between Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. Austin Metcalf is no longer here because Karmelo Anthony plunged a knife into that kid's chest. We still do not know. Oh, and the other thing is because Karmelo Anthony does admit that he is the one who did it. He says, I'm not alleged, I did that. We already heard about the reasons, what he says and what he claims to have said. We already heard about eyewitnesses saying all that stuff too. But all of that happened at a sporting event. And now people are going out of their way, like I've said before, to scour the globe, scour the World Wide Web to find any type of content that shows any black kid at a sporting event doing something deplorable. Now, here's the thing. You click on this link and it takes you to right here. Splatow. Case of teen basketball player putting his feet on an opponent's head during Bay Area game, likely heading to DA. Now, here, let's just take a look at this. This has nothing to do with Karmelo Anthony. Nothing. You saw a couple of the stills from that video. Clearly, this is not good. No one should be putting their feet on people, period, point blank. And kids need to learn how to handle their anger, and how to deal with conflict resolution. That's the thing. That's the world that we're living in now. That's what we need to start figuring out for our kids in the future, our future kids as well. All right? Because not all of us are parents out here yet. All right? But still, this is wrong. Take a look at this. So, case of 13-year-old boy who put his feet on an opponent's head at a basketball game in Alameda, nowhere near Frisco, nowhere near Texas, guys. Will likely go to the district attorney's office. Last month, players from two Bay teams were in a scuffle to get the ball. The two kids ended up on the floor, and one player put his foot on the head of the other one, giving that kid a concussion. Thank God that kid is still alive. Real talk. That should not have happened to him. What about sportsmanlike conduct, guys? Police have wrapped up their investigation, according to the lawyer of the injured player's family. The opposing team said that the teen that did the stomping, all right, has received help to quote unquote control his angers, okay, to control his emotions and his anger, all right. Nonetheless, this is a situation that should not have happened. But I'm telling you right now, that has nothing to do with Karmelo Anthony, y'all. That's a completely different kid that has a similar hairstyle to Karmelo Anthony's, but it's not Karmelo Anthony. Again, there are a lot of people out here that are willing to do anything and everything they can to put out lies upon lies upon lies surrounding this case. And I keep saying, please, everyone, please be patient. Let's wait for more information and the proof, facts to come through. There are so many TikToks and so many videos being put out here, not only just on TikTok, all over the internet, all these social media platforms where people are just making things up just so that, have a view or two, or to just keep feeding the BS to whatever echo chamber that they're feeding that BS to. Again, guys, we need to rely on documents, legal documents, reports that are coming from reliable news sources, and not relying on just the BS that somebody just found or went to a AI account and created that kind of content just to have something to talk about. There's plenty of other things to talk about in this world, y'all. And by coming out with this kind of content, it muddies up the water. It hurts the case, especially when it comes to the court of public opinion. This does not make the situation any better, because at the end of the day, then everyone starts pumping the brakes, starts second guessing what is true, what is real. And that's not what we need right now. But I'm telling you right now, the information that's floating around about a basketball player putting his feet on another opponent at a basketball game is not Karmelo Anthony. It is not Karmelo Anthony at all. And I hope everyone who's seeing this knows this. Like I said, it's gotten hundreds of thousands of views, and I'm sure it's getting reshared, repurposed, used over and over and over again. And I'm telling you right now, make sure you fact check things. Make sure you look those things up before you start sharing pieces of information. But even myself, even when I saw it, and there's a lot of other people that are very smart too, they instantly said, is this real? They instantly pumped the brakes and said, wait a second, can this actually be real? Those smart individuals that are out there, which there are a lot of y'all, okay? There's a plethora of you guys out there. You ask the right questions, and hopefully you're able to find the answers very quickly before you repurpose and put out that kind of content out here. But again, this does not help the situation, because again, let me tell you this too. This makes people very angry, because there are people that are willing to believe whatever they want. They're willing to move the goalpost as best as they can to keep fueling the anger towards whatever demographic, whatever political side, or towards that one particular family, to the point where maybe potentially something deadly happens on the family or that person who's trying to infiltrate on that particular family. And I'm telling you right now, and I'm talking about Anthony, the Anthony family, and the Metcalf family, because they're both getting harassed like crazy. I'm telling you right now, guys, we need to be better than this, and we need to be smarter than this. Stop fueling the fire with fake news. It is not worth it. I'm telling you guys, it is not worth it. But anyway, guys, That's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. And we'll talk here very soon. Use that brain matter, guys. I know you all are smart. Let's just continue doing that, okay? And let's take that righteous path. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.